One question I get a lot of when it comes to training chest is how to focus more on that upper inner part of the pecs. It's a tough area for most of us to build. I know it's my weak area for my chest. I'm always trying to come up with new variations and exercises to increase that area. That's why I work a lot with the reverse grip bench press and all kinds of different cable exercises. Now, a great easy way to focus more on the upper inner pecs is with cables, because cables are going to provide continuous tension. What that means is that when you're doing cable crossovers from a low pulley, as you come up, that exercise mimics a dumbbell fly, but with a dumbbell fly, you lose the resistance as you get to the top position. Now, it's that inner part of the upper pecs that help to bring the hands together. So with cables, because you have continuous tension, you're getting that resistance as you bring the handles together. That upper inner chest is doing the work right there. So it really helps to bring up that area of the pecs. Now, one problem with doing cable crossovers from a low pulley is as you come up, you stop when your hands meet. Now, the pecs provide more of a range of motion than when the hands meet at the midpoint. So one way to help to increase the use of those inner upper pec muscle fibers is to cross your hands at the top when you do the cable crossover from a low pulley, and then you're going to switch hands. Now that gets a little awkward. So, and it's still, your range of motion is somewhat limited when you come up. So what I like to use is what I call the alternating cable crossover from a low pulley. And it's the same idea, but using one arm at a time. So you're going to come up and cross the body. Now, you can see the greater range of motion that I'm using with this exercise as compared to doing them both at the same time and crossing, right? So give this one a shot at the end of your workout, or use it at the beginning of your workout to pre-exhaust those upper inner pec muscle fibers. So again, you're just going to hold the pulleys, the handles of the cable pulley attached to a low pulley station, arms out at your sides, and one arm at a time, alternating. You're going to bring it up and across the body as far as you can. Now, what you don't want to do is use your obliques to really turn with the cable. Keep it really light. Keep the weight very light as you get used to doing this, and really focus on keeping your torso as straightforward as possible as you cross your body with that arm. That's going to help to make sure that you're using mainly the pecs. Now, the other thing you want to do is when you get to the top, to really focus on those upper inner pec muscle fibers, is to hold it and really concentrate on flexing those inner upper pec muscle fibers in the top position. Hold it just for a second, really contract them, try to feel them. Now, the other thing you can do is, instead of alternating arms, you can do this one arm at a time. What you can do here now is, if you really have a problem focusing on this area, remember that mind-muscle connection is critical when you're training and trying to bring up a weak area, because a lot of times you're not utilizing those muscle fibers, not what we call recruiting them. The motor nerves that run to the muscle fibers, for some reason, aren't recruiting them, and that can have to do with your biomechanics. But you can also train your nervous system better to help focus on recruiting more muscle fibers from that area. Simply using your hand to really feel that area working can really help with the mind-muscle connection. You can feel it contracting, and then you can focus on it better. So instead of alternating arms, you can do one arm at a time. And again, keep the light weight, and then you've done all reps on that side. Simply going to switch arms and then do it on the other side. Like I said, keep the weight light at least at the beginning. I do like to change up my rep ranges very frequently. However, when you're learning this exercise, you want to focus on keeping it light. That's going to help you focus more on the muscle fibers. In fact, there's a study done comparing the weight used and the ability to focus on either the muscle fibers contracting or moving the weight. And they found that when subjects used a lighter weight that allowed them to get around 10 reps or more, they were able to focus more on the contraction of the muscle fiber. When they were using a weight that limited them to 8 reps or less, somewhere in that like 6 to 8 rep range, or less than that, they focused less on the muscle contraction, more on moving the weight. So you want to keep the weight light because A, you want to be able to focus more on those muscle fibers contracting so you can recruit them better, help to bring up that weak lagging area, but you also want to learn how to get the exercise down. Make sure you're not using your torso to turn with the cables. Keep your torso nice and straight while you're using just those pecs to get the job done. So keep the weight light. I'd say focus on 12, 15, maybe 20 or more reps at the beginning. Then once you're really accustomed to the exercise and you're starting to feel it better, then you can start playing around with your rep ranges. And on this exercise, a lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't go heavy weight, low reps on isolation exercises. That's bull. I like mixing up my rep ranges. If you've done my shortcut to size or shortcut to shred, I like to go very heavy, even on isolation exercises. Again, within reason so that you don't get hurt, but there's no problem with doing reps as low as 3 to 5 reps on this exercise. But once you get accustomed to doing it, and then you're going to cycle your rep ranges in a periodized manner, like I said, like for my shortcut to size, or my shortcut to shred, or Superman, or any number of my programs that always change up the reps. So give it a try. Be sure to check out more great tips like this at jimstepani.com.